Nigeria did not wake up one morning and suddenly find itself surrounded by Boko Haram, ISWAP, bandits, kidnappers, and armed groups. This crisis has history. It has names. It has places. It has leaders. It has missed warnings. It has borders. It has moral trails. It has ideology. It has politics. And most painfully, it has victims.
Last night I could not sleep, and for once I felt what it meant for those girls to be out there. And then we came out to stand in solidarity with these girls, and then we are being blocked off. Nothing will stop us. We will keep coming out until our girls return.
What do we want? Action!
15 whole days. Some parents have not seen their children. 15 whole days. Where
Those manipulations and the feeling among many young people that the states had abandoned them.
We're speaking about northeastern Nigeria that is really one of the most impoverished and marginalized regions of the country. This is a region that had one of the lowest literacy rates in the country, one of the highest infant mortality rates in Nigeria. So the nature of governance was really poor to begin with, and people were frustrated in seeing the growing levels of inequality in this community.
The media characterizes Boko Haram as madmen, as crazy, as psychopaths. But what we can see in the footage of the foot soldiers is that in many respects, they go around their daily business just like kids in any other part of the world. We also see them receiving pep talks before battle, where they're told some of you are going to die and some soldiers are going to die. The difference is the soldiers aren't going to go to paradise and you are. And this goes to show that ideology plays a very important part of motivating them to engage in acts of killing.
Boko Haram founder Mohammed Yusuf preached a radical message that rejects Western-style education and the Nigerian state. After his death in police custody in 2009, the movement transformed into a violent insurgency. The crisis escalated into attacks on police stations, prisons, churches, mosques, schools, markets, military bases, and civilians. Boko Haram's insurgency is widely dated from 2009, with Borno State as its epicenter.
Mulai by layaka suna yanka. Su yanka kan wannan su ajiye wani a kan gadon bayan shi, wani a ƙirji. Wani sun yanka shi har su buɗe ƙirjin shi su cire zuciyan shi. Haka da sun surata mu suka ce mu fara mu kwashi bindigogi.
Shekau made clear that Boko Haram would cleanse Nigeria of anyone who didn't submit to its brand of Islam. Men or women, young or old, Christian or Muslim.
The Shekau faction of Boko Haram has a belief system whereby any Muslim that does not join their group is an apostate because they are fighting a legitimate jihad. And therefore, the idea that a Muslim would get killed in a Boko Haram attack, either because they're targeted or because it's collateral damage, is really not something that the Shekau faction worries about, because their penalty for not joining the group and being apostates is death anyway.
This is one of the first lessons from history. When ideology meets grievance, and grievance meets poor governance, a movement that can become a monster.
Iyayena mafarauta ne, su ma iyayen nawa iyayensu ma mafarauta ne. Ni kuma ba na so al'adarmu na gargajiya ya bace ni ma shine dalilin da yasa nake.
Boko Haram raided her village 3 times before the Nigerian government allowed people to fight back on their own. Now, instead of hunting antelope, baboons, and birds, Aisha goes after a different prey: Boko Haram militants. She is part of a group of hunters who go out in search of insurgents, ready to fight if the situation arises.
Gaskiya Boko Haram dai ba mutum bane. To Boko Haram ne ya isa zai kama mutum da ransa, ya kama shi ya yanka shi da zarton da ake yanka katako. Boko Haram zai kama mace da ciki, ya yanka ta, ya fidda da a cikinta, ya jefar da shi. Boko Haram zai kama yaro jinjiri, ya karya wuyansa ya jefar, ya kama yara ƙanana ya murda wuya ya jefa a kogi.
Different governors faced different phases of the Boko Haram crisis. Ali Modu Sherif's period is often discussed in relation to the early political environment in which the sector grew. Kashim Shettima governed during some of the most devastating years, including the Chibok abduction era. Baba Gana Zulu inherited a state still under attack and became known for direct visits to dangerous communities and repeated calls for stronger military response, humanitarian support, and local resilience. In July 2020, Boko Haram attacked Governor Zulu's convoy near Baga. He survived, but there were casualties in his entourage. That moment showed that the insurgency was not only attacking unknown villagers, even governors were within reach.
One thing I've found with Nigeria is that sometimes the country pushes itself to an edge, and at that edge, it pulls itself back, and things move. Someone told me a joke and said, it always seems as if the edge of uncertainty is Nigeria's comfort zone. When you think things are going to crumble, it always comes back together. And I think it's really the people in Nigeria. There is this can-do spirit in Nigeria. There's this spirit to thrive. There's this spirit to overcome the impossible in Nigeria.